It takes me almost a full Mars day to reach Fly. I continue to receive messages from the command center warning me to stop, but I ignore them. My wheels gnash over the terrain. Every once in a while, I hear an awful groaning and grinding sound. But even when I do, I press on. I will not leave Fly on his own. When I finally reach Fly, I'm able to use my arm to collect him. Rez, that's you, right? Yes, Fly. Come on. I'm trying to get you back inside of me, but I need your help. Okay, Fly says. His camera is still not working. His feed is a series of glitchy static. He can move, but he is much less steady. Once he is back inside me, I'm able to run tests on his system. We're going to fix you, I tell Fly. I don't know if I can be fixed. Don't say that. After running several tests, I am able to improve the visibility on Fly's camera. It is not as good as it was before, but it is an improvement from its fully damaged state. You you will be able to fly again, I say. It won't be the same though. I'm sorry, Fly, I say. This is my fault. No, Rez, Fly says. Dust devils can happen anywhere. Guardian told us that. It's not your fault. I was supposed to be alert. I was supposed to remember, avoid dust and see stars. But I got too distracted by this is not a productive conversation, Guardian says. We need to get back on track for the mission of retrieving Courage. Guardian beams down the coordinates of Courage's location to me. Once more, I put them into my system and map out the best course. This detour has made it so it will make, I'm sorry, this detour has made it so it will take me even longer to reach Courage. Guardian is right. I need to get back on track. I need to make up for my mistakes. As I maneuver away from the rock formation, I use my cameras to study the ground so I don't get stuck. But then an idea comes to me. This would be a good place to drill. Yes, I did not get to the mesa with the tunnel like opening, but the boulder beside me appears worth investigating. I beam my laser down to analyze the boulder. The results come to me almost immediately. They indicate that the boulder is most likely made of rock that is basaltic in composition. That would mean it was created during a time when volcanoes were active on Mars, which means this is a rock that would be of great interest to the hazmats. My system fills up with human emotion of excitement. Excitement, it turns out, feels a lot like blasting off in a rocket, but it also feels like Xander's fast song with lots of banging noises. It's unsettling, but I'm pretty sure it's unsettling in a good way. My arm reaches out to drill down into the ground to collect a rock sample. When the results come back, I let out a cheer. Or really, it is my same monotone code language voice, but in my imagination, it sounds like a cheer. Hooray, I say. What is it? Fly says. Yes, please give me the update, Guardian says. We have secured our first rock sample. It is basaltic in composition, and it has indications that it contains salt minerals. The hazmats will be very pleased that it has salt minerals, Fly says. To truly test for salt minerals, the humans will have to run tests in their laboratories on Earth, Guardian says. Do you really think so? I ask. Yes, Guardian says. Hooray, I say again. Are you okay? Guardian asks. I am better than okay. I am pretty sure you just told me I'm going to get to return to Earth. It is a possibility, Guardian says. Possibility is a very good word. The doctors finally think they've figured out what's wrong with Mom. She starts treatment soon. Mom says the doctors are hopeful, and so we should be too. She doesn't like to talk about being sick. She likes to pretend it isn't happening. I mean, she even still goes into work. Not every day, but whenever she can. Everyone except for Dad thinks this is a bad idea. It is good for your mom, Dad says. It makes her happy. She needs things that make her happy. But how are you? NASA was really worried about your whole dust storm episode. I even wrote an article for my school newspaper about it. Mom thinks it's incredible that you retrieved your helicopter, even though she told you not to. And you know what? I think that's okay. I'm not going to use a bad word, but you can just fill it in here. Like it's so annoying that mom wants to celebrate you for not listening to her, but flips out on me if I don't load the dishwasher in the exact way she wants. That's what I call a robot double standard. That's a new phrase of mine. Do you like it? I like to imagine you as a funny robot. I like to imagine you as a funny robot. So I'm going to assume you do. Oh, this letter has also gotten out of control. I don't know why it's so hard to write to you now. Actually, I do, because it's so hard to write about mom. I don't like being scared. I just want to know that she's going to be okay. I miss how it felt to write to you when I was 12. It was so much easier then. At 12, all I wanted to be was good at soccer, eat as many oatmeal chocolate chip cookies as possible, and spend time with mom. I'm about to turn 17, and you know what I want? To spend time with mom and know she's going to be okay. It's like everything has changed and also nothing has. Okay, fine. I guess if I'm being honest, I'd also like to write one really amazing article for the newspaper and for Reed Northman to ask me to prom. But obviously, mom getting better is the thing I hope for the most. Your friend, Sophie. It has taken me many human years to reach courage. I've roved over a seemingly endless expanse. Each day I checked the coordinates, and each day I saw that I still had a very long distance to go. But finally, one afternoon, Fly says, "There!" He pops out from inside me and flutters in the air. Ever since his accident, he's been a bit more hesitant to fly, but it seems like with every flight, he's getting better. "Look, Rez, look," Fly says. A few miles ahead, I see the other rover. I can hardly believe it. I check the view from several different camera angles, but they all show the same thing. We have arrived. "You made it, Resilience," Guardian says. "We made it," I say. If I were a human, I would almost certainly be clapping. My wheels, which moments ago felt so tired I wasn't sure I could proceed, now do not bother me at all. I race as fast as I can to get closer to Courage. When I reach him, I'm flooded with a peculiar, I think it's recognition. It paralyzes me for a moment. But then I continue roving forward. "Look, Rez," Fly repeats. "I know," I say, because I can't stop looking. I do not think my whole mission, I have adjusted and readjusted camera angles as much as I'm doing at this very moment. This rover looks almost identical to me. We are similar in scale, though I'm a tad bit larger. We both have 6 wheels. I am not equipped to see inside their outer shell, as I do not think my fossil X ray would work on another rover. And since I can't see inside, I'm not sure how our system specs compare. I'm under the assumption that I am a more advanced model, but I do not want to engage in what the hazmats call bragging. As I study this rover more, I observe more thoroughly all the damage he has sustained. The outer shell is dinged with dents. It is fully covered in layers and layers of dry, flaky dust. I was correct in my initial assessment that 2 wheels are missing. This will make maneuverability quite difficult, even if I manage to bring this rover back online. The other wheels look damaged, but it is difficult to assess just how much. Regardless, nothing about Courage's condition looks good. This rover is in a bad state. I feel the word caution enter my system. "Hello," Fly calls out. "Hello, Courage. Hello, I am Fly. How are you? Do you like songs? I know how to sing." "Courage," Fly calls out again. "I can sing for you. I don't know many songs. Technically, I only know one, but I am working on writing another one. What do you think? Courage? Hello?" They are offline. "I have told you this multiple times," Guardian says. "Fly, you must be brave, but you can be quite tiresome." "No, I'm actually not tired at all. I could fly for a lot longer before I would need to recharge my battery," Fly responds. "Gruzunkunts," Guardian says. "Gruzunks to you," Fly says. "That's enough, you two," I say. "We need to figure out how to bring Courage back online. And in order to do that, I'm going to need help from you both. Yes, Resilience. We are here to help, Guardian says. Can we help? Fly asks. I thought it was you that had the equipment to do that. You can help by being quiet. Fine, Rez. Are you mad at me? No, Fly. I just need a little bit of quiet. Okay, but can I sing? I don't answer, Fly. I scan my system for the tools that I will need to bring Courage back online. I roll my wheels closer to him. The closer I get, the more I see just how heavy the layer of dust that's stuck to his outer shell is. I use my camera to observe my own shell. I am losing some of my shine. Dust has accumulated all over my body. It is particularly dense in the area where my wheels connect. I turn my focus back to Courage again. I take photographs of him. I send them to the command center. Then I take a photograph of myself. I wonder if they will understand what I'm asking. The question, will I end up like this? A response from the command center comes, but it does not answer my question. I read the message. It's a detailed code with instructions on how to retrieve Courage's online capabilities. From following these instructions, I will gain access to his system. I will know what he knows, and I will bring him back online. Rez, Fly says, I'm trying to be quiet, but I don't know if I can be quiet any longer. I want to know what's going on. It's okay, Fly, I say. I just got instructions from the command center. I'm going to try and talk to Courage. I've already tried that. He doesn't talk. Fly waits a beat and then yells out, Hello! Hello! As expected, there is no response from Courage. See, Rez? See? Fly, at the risk of being tiresome myself, please do us a favor and be quiet. You see, Resilience, this is the problem with drones. They are so very chatty, Guardian says. Hey, I can hear you. Fly, who has been flittering around on the outside, moves to the back inside my system chamber. It's better in here, away from Guardian. I might not be able to see you now, but unfortunately, I can still hear you, Guardian says. Guardian, I say, trying to move the topic back to our task. Did you speak to Courage right before they went offline? Did he know it was happening? Did he know it was what was happening? Guardian repeats. The death storm. Did Courage know he was going offline? I am not certain. I did not speak with Courage while the storm was happening. I only realized Courage had gone offline once I saw that he was not moving anymore, and I was unable to successfully make contact with him. I apologize for not being able to be more useful. That is all right. The command center wants me to enter Courage's system. I'm a bit reluctant to do that. It feels invasive. Invasive is not a word for robots. Courage will not mind. Proceed ahead with the mission, Resilience. And I do. I enter Courage's system. It's easier than I expect it to be. I try not to think about whether it will be so easy for the next rover to enter mine. I am not sure if that gives me the human emotion of fear or the human emotion of happy relief. Human emotions can be very confusing. When I connect to Courage's system, I expect to be overwhelmed with information. I brace to register every experience he ever had, but nothing comes. I am connected, but no information is accessible. I keep searching, but all I can find is blankness. Hello, Fly calls out again. Fly, I said. Wait. Okay, Rez, Fly says, but I can tell he does not want to wait. I still, I keep searching. Still, there is only blankness, a staticky, uncertain gray. Courage's system? I start to say. Yes, Guardian answers, is blank. Ah, Guardian says, and we are all silent for a while. Even Fly. Will my system go blank when I go offline? Will it ever be able to be recovered? What is the point of gathering all this information, all this new knowledge, if it just goes away someday? What happens to all my knowledge if it leaves my system? Where does it go? The question races through me. I do not know how to process them. I do not know how to find the answers. I keep searching through Courage's system, certain I must be missing something. Zappity zip, I say when it comes up blank after the 209th try. Resilience, it may be time to let it be. Guardian means I should just leave Courage here, alone, offline, slowly decaying, with an outer shell that is beyond dirty, and with a system that is beyond blank. I was supposed to rescue Courage. I was supposed to give him a second chance. But I have failed. I have failed at this part of the mission. Failure is a terrible human feeling. It feels so much worse than being shaken around in the shake and bake test. It feels worse than being stuck. It is even worse than waiting. What is the point, I say, of letting it be? The point would be that you could move on to other tasks, Guardian says. I can tell from Guardian's response that this failure is not weighing on her the way it's weighing on me. No, I say. I mean the point of it all. How can you be okay with this? Are we all going to end up just like this? I don't want to end up like that, Fly says. Guardian says. It is a part of the cycle. I told you, rovers are not meant to last for infinite amounts of time. But why? Why should I work to gather so much information if it will only all be blank someday? There's a long silence. A whoosh of wind rolls by. The sky is deepening into a darker red that will soon fade into black. I observe all these details. I do not know how not to observe them, but I now know that all my observations may someday be gone, that there may come a time when there is only blankness. I do not like thinking about this, but I can't stop thinking about this. Resilience, Guardian says. You need to refocus on your mission. There are many more things to be done, ways to be useful. Do not let this one setback stop you from completing other duties. I do not understand how Guardian can be so calm. Is she not worried that someday her whole system will be blank? That there will be nothing left of her? I wish I knew how to let it go, like Guardian says to do, but I do not. And I was built for knowing. Rez, Fly says. Yes? Can I sing you Twinkle, Twinkle? Sure, Fly. Twinkle, twinkle, Fly sings. Thanks, buddy. I review my system again. I analyze the information Fly has collected, the information that Guardian has shared with me, instructions from the command desk. I keep waiting for a message to come from the command desk in regard to Courage, something that explains why his system was blank, something that reassures me that my system will never be blank like his. But that message does not come. So I do what I know how to do best, which is pore over and sort through the data I have. We need to find something that will ensure we get to go back to Earth, I tell Fly. Something the hazmats will most definitely want to retrieve. You have the rock sample, Fly says, but we need something even better. I scan the data from Fly's flight around the strange-looking rock formation with the mesa that has the tunnel-like opening. I know it's not rational, but I have a feeling that what I am looking for is inside that tunnel-like opening. I replay the flight footage over and over again. We need to go back to that rock formation, the one with the maze-like paths of boulders that lead to the large mesa, I say. But Rez, Fly says, I know, I say, and I do. I know Fly is thinking about his accident. But this time we will be more careful. This time it will be different because this time I need to make all the way to that mesa. We need to go back. Okay, Rez, Fly says. If you say so, I will go with you because we are a team. Thank you, Fly. You are a good buddy. So are you, Rez, Fly says.